Morning everyone. Today's a big day for us. We are headed to San Blas Islands. It's about 3 or 4 hour drive. They're on the north side of Panama. And then once we get to the coast, it's another, what did he say, like an hour boat ride out there. And then we're gonna spend the whole day out there, see a couple islands, and hopefully have a good time. I think the weather's supposed to be good for a change. It's been really rainy here so far, so that would be nice. Katie is not a morning person, so she is not happy right now. Getting to San Blas was no easy task. Fortunately for us, we had a tour guide who was native to the islands drive us to and from San Blas. Nonetheless, it was still a 3-hour drive and another hour boat ride just to get out to the islands. The first 2 hours of the drive was pretty uneventful, but as soon as we got to the near north edge of Panama, the landscape quickly changed as we passed over the North America and South America continental divide. There we had some amazing views, and we really got to see how beautiful Panama is outside the city. So we just entered the Kunis territory. The San Blas Islands are technically not part of Panama, and so in order to get to them you actually need your passport, so make sure if you ever come out here to bring your passport, because otherwise you will not be allowed onto the islands. And they're owned by the indigenous people here, and they're called the Kunis people, and they own all this land that we're on right now, and they're allowed to hunt and rule over it and govern it the way that they want to. If you ever get a chance to go on this tour, be aware that the drivers sometimes whip around the curves pretty quickly. And so if you're prone to getting car sick, I would suggest taking some Dramamine or just sleeping the whole way there. Actually, don't sleep because, like I said, there's some pretty amazing sightseeing along the way. Not long after getting to the Kunis territory, we arrived at a small town on the north shore called Karti. This is where we got on the boat to take us to the San Blas Islands. The Kunis territory is made up of approximately 300,000 people. Of those 300,000 people, a majority of them live on the mainland and the islands closest to shore. Due to the rising sea levels, slowly over the years they've been relocating to mainland as the islands become less and less inhabitable. Along the shore of the port, and even near some of the islands closest to the mainland, it was unfortunately somewhat dirty and polluted with trash. However, the further away from mainland we got, the cleaner the water got, until all of a sudden, and literally within a couple hundred feet, the water changed to this beautiful dark blue color unlike anything I've ever seen before. Stopping at our second island now, and we're going to check out the coral around this. Apparently this island is good for snorkeling, so let's check it out. While it was definitely refreshing to swim in the ocean and a lot of fun exploring the coral in the area, I wouldn't say it was the best snorkeling site I've ever been to. We saw quite a bit of fish and cool plants, but nothing too unique or out of the ordinary from any other site we've been to previously. After we finished snorkeling, we stayed on that island for a bit longer and laid around the beach and enjoyed the beautiful scenery around us. After that, we headed back to the first island we stopped at to get some lunch prepared by the Kunis. But before we got back to the island, we made a quick stop at what turned out to be my favorite part of not only this tour, but probably the entire trip to Panama. Somewhere in between the first and second island we stopped at was this absolutely beautiful sandbar in the middle of the ocean. With the sun out and not a cloud in the sky, the turquoise blue ocean was on full display for us to marvel, something I've never seen in person before. So we just got back from the amazing barge. It was honestly one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. The water was so clear and the sand was just absolutely perfect for walking in. So it was really cool. We're now back on the first island that we stopped at. We're gonna grab some lunch that the indigenous people actually prepared for us, so that's pretty cool. You have an option of either seafood or the vegetarian option. We got the vegetarian option just because well, A, Katie's vegan, and B, it's just a little bit safer bet, I guess, because you just never know what kind of fish they catch and whatnot. So this is where we are eating, I presume. So this is the vegetarian dish that we got. Pretty basic.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
No.
Potatoes.
So one option that you have here is you can actually rent out these little huts, the buildings behind me, and stay on the island for a night or a couple nights. I'm not really sure how long you can stay here for. Unfortunately, we did not have enough time to do that, but it would have been really cool to do. The huts look really, really cozy, and they're right on the ocean, overlooking the other islands on the bay, as you can see over there. So I'm sure it's just beautiful watching the sunrise and sunset from here. All right, so we're about to head back to mainland Panama. This has definitely been the highlight of our trip so far. These islands are just so beautiful. I'm really glad we did this. I would highly recommend checking out San Blas if you're ever in Panama. I recommend, if you come to San Blas, to do an overnight trip. We only did the day trip, and you just don't really feel like you get enough time here because...
Oh man, and the drive is rough.
We're basically going to be spending 8 hours today driving, getting to and from the islands. So it just doesn't really leave you enough time to really enjoy the islands. I'm still glad we did it and saw this, but I would definitely recommend doing an overnight trip if you ever come out here. So I think that's going to be about it.